Alright, hello everyone. Tried to get through another fanfiction and the dogs are barking. Thank you, precious. Anyway, this is Of Cooks and Morning Routines by Ahija. Let me know if I butchered that. This is from the One Piece fandom. This is one of the new ones. Yeah, we'll go into this more later. Anyway, if you like it, I hope you will. I just really enjoyed the story. Being a past cook, I kind of really gravitated towards this. Anyway, if you're new here, put this on a tab, let the audio go, and just kind of muck about, enjoy it. And if you really enjoyed the story, links down below to the author's page as well as the fan fiction itself. Give a good review. Peruse some of the author's other work. I'm sure they will enjoy it. And let us begin. Sanji was always up first. With the first hints of sunlight on the horizon and the blackness of the night slowly and gradually giving place to grays, sometimes he can still see a star or two glimmering in the sky, but he had long ago stopped trying to guess their names or constellations. In the new world, even stars seem to shift and change, or rather, human perception does, causing distorted, illusory images. How Nami manages to navigate in these conditions is beyond him. He stops by the railing for a smoke and admires them nonetheless. He then goes to his kitchen, mentally going through the dishes he wants to prepare for the day. Pancakes for breakfast, spaghetti for dinner. What about a supper? Right. Without stopping his inner train of thoughts, he puts the kettle on. He gets engrossed in other preparations until he hears the water boil. He carefully brews some coffee, places it on the kitchen table, and after making sure it looks presentable, he turns back to dough he abandoned a moment ago. The coffee barely has time to stop steaming when the door opens and Robin walks in. She nods her greeting with a smile. Still a bit drowsy from sleep, Sanji nods too. There's no place for his wooing and compliments in those gray hours of the morning. When it's so quiet, it seems the world outside this kitchen just doesn't exist, and as minutes pass, there's only quiet simmering of the pan and the scent of Sanji's cigarette and Robin's coffee filling the air. It feels otherworldly. Brook enters, humming softly to himself, but the spell is not broken. Not really. Sanji pours hot milk he heated up after Robin came because Brook is as predictable as her. The moment anyone else but the cook rises, Brook is right after them. Sanji remembers he wondered whether the skeleton slept at all, or if he just spent night hours awake, lying in bunk with everyone and waiting for the moment it's acceptable to be up again. He thought it would be sad. The truth was sadder, because after they've known each other long enough to feel comfortable with personal questions, he learned that Brook does indeed sleep, and he hates it. It feels too much like death, he said, and Sanji could never presume to understand. But as the sun rises and the first crewmates show up on deck, he knows to expect Brook right after, and so he has his hot milk prepared. He listens to the soft voices behind him, and as his hands prepare the dishes almost without using his mind. The sun is over horizon by now, basking the kitchen in a warm light, cleansing it from the last shadows of the night. The order from now on gets a bit less precise, but Sanji can still make a good guess. It would be Chopper if someone on a ship gets sick and need to be checked on in the morning. Sanji would prepare hot chocolate, indulging his sweet tooth and making sure he won't eat any candies until after dinner. Her doctor, Chopper, shows a surprising disregard to his sweet's influence on one's health. It would be Usopp if he didn't manage to finish his last invention the night before. And the chicory coffee would wait for him. Coffee because it seems mature and manly, and chicory because Usopp still can't stand the real one. It makes Sanji wonder who does he try to impress when they all know the sniper's worth already. But he prepares the coffee and makes sure to place sugar and cream within reach, pretending not to see when they're already snuck into the cup. It would be Frankie if the ship took damage impossible to fix in one go, though Frankie would certainly try, doing everything at once and perfectly, and the failure would only leave him tired and grumpy the next morning. Sanji would have a whole stock of cola prepared. It would not, under any circumstances, be his captain or that green-haired excuse of an intelligent being. Those two can sleep through the hurricane, they did in fact, and only wake up well into morning. The booze and the juice cool in the fridge anyway, waiting for the moment they graciously do get up. But today, it won't be any of them. He knows there's been no injuries or diseases. No broken parts of the ship, and Usopp's last experiment has blown in his face yesterday evening. However, he also knows that the weather has been bad lately, requiring their navigator constant attention and leaving no time for herself, and their maps won't draw themselves. So he takes tea leaves and very carefully prepares strong orange-flavored tea, and just as he sets it down on the table, right next to Robin's now half-empty cup, Nami opens the door. The smile she gives him is sleepy, but so full of love and gratitude she feels almost unworthy to receive. And what did he do, really? Nothing extraordinary. He prepares their drinks because he's a cook. And he knows how they work and what they need because he loves them. And that's all there is to it. And that was Of Cooking and Morning Routines by Ahija. I butchered that. I'm sorry if I did. I tried. Ahija. Ahija? Ahija. Anyway. If you liked it, please peruse some of the other authors' work. And overall, just have a good day. Ta-ta for now.